Why is Brian Tracy currently endorsing Postcard Direct Mail? Because my mentor, Brian Tracy, although when I did meet him, we did not have this particular discussion. If we had had the discussion, we would both agree that Postcard Direct Mail works. It has worked for me since I started my social marketing career 40 years ago. Postcards have always fascinated me. They are simple. They can get attention very quickly just by the very nature. I'm going to talk about this in a second, but I mailed out thousands of these postcards to folks marketing my book. So I did this one 4 years ago. And I got an email from the Brian Tracy organization, not him personally, that he the subject line was the marketing strategy you forgot about. And so Brian, being my mentor, I wanted to see, well, which one did I forget? And he says in this email, many of you probably remember when the internet came into being. Yes. It was first populated only by nerdy types that tinkered with message boards and simple text games. Brian goes on to say, no thought was really given to making money or generating leads in business. It was just an interesting way to communicate. Now we know how powerful the internet as a delivery system is. While certainly hundreds of millions of people, I think that's a fair assumption, fair quotation, spend time on the internet in a community every day. It's almost frightening to think that almost 500 million folks around the world spend up to 3 hours in Facebook. Not that it is not a good community to spend time. It certainly is. There's almost a billion profiles. What better place could you go to share information, share pictures with people? It scares me a little bit about the amount of time, but that's another story. Postcards are very dynamic, and Brian is having this webinar that he is endorsing. I'm not sure if he's participating in it or not, but he talks about find out what the old strategy has renewed marketing here, and it is the postcard. I am not going to listen to that webinar tomorrow evening because I will be long sleeping at that time. I would hope that I'd be able to get a recording of that webinar. I probably will. The thing that I'm really wanting to see as Brian and whomever he's working with, Luke something or other, as they talk to folks about direct marketing and being forgotten, are they really bringing it up to date and really showing how to tie it into what is happening today? And here, my friends, the next time I send this postcard out, which probably won't be too very long, for sure, I will have my QR code. Now, my QR code is not for Small Biz David. That QR code takes you to davidsbarter.com. QR codes, and you've heard me talk about them earlier this week. They are the most dynamic thing that I have ever seen in direct mail, or printing, I should say, printing. And I have been printing for a long, long time. The first part of my career, I was a publisher, so we did a lot of printing. Then I went into a period of printing direct mail. What this does and why it is today, I'm I am thinking about an old marketing strategy that I've never forgotten, Brian. That you do whatever it is you can do to uh, efficiently create a communication with your customer, a solicitation in a prospect kind of mailing. But indeed, when you take your smartphone and scan this QR code on your smartphone, will be my website, our community website, davidsbarter.com. That QR code could lead us to any landing page that we wanted to. It's a very simple process to create a QR code. Very simple. Curtis showed me how to do it in 5 minutes. And I can show you. It's it creates a whole new dimension because it's taking this one-dimensional piece, if you will. It's not two-dimension, might be two, but it's creating that dimension of here it is. Here's what we're all about. Here's where I want you to go to get more information. Here's where I want you to go to buy something. Here's whatever reason. Now, I decided as I started to learn about QR codes that this now is my business card. Now, I don't use a business card very much, but business cards are very, very important to one's business. If you're out in the community, if you leave your home, and the people invariably, the first question they ask, what do you do? And after all these years, I've been tired to give the answer of what do I do. It's not always an easy answer, but now I just give them this card and I said, look, go scan this, and you'll get the whole picture of what it is that I do. And if you want to Google Small Biz David or Google David's Barter, you don't need to Google David's Barter because you're going right there. But if you Google Small Biz David, you will get my whole story. You'll get some current YouTubes, whatever information you need. And if you still aren't getting the information you need, please register to become a member of our community. Create a complimentary community marketing profile for yourself. Complimentary, 6 fields of information, no private information. We do not need private information inside of our own firewalls. We don't want the liability of maintaining that private information. And in the case if there's a breach of that private information, it can become a very, very difficult task. I don't want to deal with it. So 6 fields of information, all marketing information that you would want to share, all have the potential for you to create keywords. Small business keywords is going to be the means of how you navigate around the community to find new things. You're going to search for that. 749 of those words will come from my book from 4 years ago. How do you answer these 749 questions about your small business? There are 749 questions, at least 749 keywords, and in the case of my book, it was space for you to take notes. I did not give my answers to those questions. I wanted you to think about what was going on in your business, or if you're starting a business, and then find those questions that are pertinent to the growth and the development of your business. And I can't determine that for you. You determine that. Now, the biggest complaint that I got when I started, when we distributed books and started talking to folks about it, was that I wasn't giving answers to the questions. So in my search to find answers to the questions, that is why we picked the technology platform where we reside at davidsbarter.com community. Now I ask questions every day with keywords in them. things that I feel are important. They're important for me, and maybe they're just important for you also. And that's why I share the information, and we do it in the form of the video. The video goes up obviously at YouTube. We have now a playlist of over 125 questions and answers to those questions. Then they become landing pages in our community. We are tying all those things together. So yes, Brian, uh, direct mail, postcard direct mail will never. The only thing that will kill postcard direct mail is that the postal department uh, refuses to deliver them anymore for whatever the reason. They don't exist. There's too much things going on online, so they don't need whatever. You can certainly, if you want to email this card, and that certainly can do that. That's a very, very simple process. We don't support any kind of email in our community, either coming into the community or leaving the community. So when you're inside of our community, the best way to communicate is that messaging system. The only way you can have that access to that messaging system is for you to create your own complimentary community marketing profile. And if you have any problems once you're a member, just send Small Biz David a question, and you will get a response to that question.